Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Aaron Best.
Thanks, guys. The rest of the day is looking a little cloudy, but there's still enough sun to keep it from going any lower than 3 degrees. Let's take a look at what the coming week has for us. Tomorrow, it'll be much more overcast with a high of 11 and a low of 3. Be prepared for rain on Sunday, a high of 13 and a low of 7. You can expect a cold week. The showers will continue Monday, a high of 5 and a low of 1. Tuesday, the clouds will stick around, a high of 6 and a low of -2. Wednesday, it just might start clearing up to make for a sunnier midweek, a high of 5 and a low of 0. That's your complete weather forecast. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Aaron. Canada's Privacy Commissioner says the Federal Airport Security Agency, CATSA, is collecting too much information on some travelers and mishandling the data it collects. According to an audit conducted by Commissioner Jennifer Stoddart, CATSA forwarded unnecessary data to police regarding certain passengers. Travelers who were found carrying large sums of cash were reported to police, although the sums they had were within the legal limit. Personal information and reports gathered by CATSA were also left in plain sight and on open shelves. A CATSA spokesperson says the agency is in the process of implementing Stoddart's recommendations.
New questions are being raised about the death of legendary Hollywood actress Natalie Wood. The case is reopened in light of new evidence that comes from the captain of the boat she was on the night she drowned. The captain says Wood's husband, actor Robert Wagner, asked him not to look too hard after she fell off the boat. The captain admits he lied to police about the incident and says it was a mistake.
Oklahoma State University is in mourning after a plane crash killed 2 of the school's women's basketball coaches. Cowgirls coach Kurt Budke and assistant coach Miranda Cerna were on a recruiting trip when the plane crashed 70 kilometers outside of Little Rock.
French Foreign Minister Alain Juppé says he wants the UN to step in and take action against the Syrian leader Bashar Assad. Juppé thinks the UN Security Council needs to strengthen its sanctions in light of Syria's brutal treatment of civilians. Germany, Russia, and Britain are also supporting France's proposal to the UN. At least 3,500 Syrian civilians have been killed during the 8 months of turmoil.
Texters in Pakistan are being forced to press end on their toilet talk as Pakistani officials have asked wireless service providers to bar all text messages using offensive language. The Pakistan Telecommunication Agency has listed over 1,000 English and Urdu words and phrases they deemed obnoxious communication. Words and phrases include pocket pool, love rocket, tampon, and 8 variants of the word foot.
And now with your sports, here's Summer Ismail.
Here's what's happening in the world of sports. There's no question Humber's varsity teams are on a roll. They've won national championships in golf and cross country and provincial titles in men's and women's soccer and rugby. As the fall season is winding down and winter is about to start, will Humber's winning streak continue? Reem Jazar has the story.
It's been called a golden fall for Humber athletics, with the women's cross-country team bringing home gold and silver medals at the Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association Championships, and men's outdoor soccer winning gold at the OCAA Championships.
We're the only one in Ontario that's really doing that. If you look at the 10 championships that were on in the fall, we had 7 championship gold and 3 silver. So, you know, we have rivals in individual sports, but nobody's really putting the whole package together.
Humber's Assistant Athletic Director, Jim Bilek, says the Hawks will face many challenges this season.
Outdoor sports, yeah, you know what? Our women's volleyball team are real good, but there's other real good teams. But we've won 4 in a row. Men's basketball look great. They've had a bad, tough start, but they've won 3 championships in a row. Men's volleyball looked like they were going to come in looking at a national championship. Well, they just lost last weekend, but there's no doubt in my mind I favor them to win.
Now the men's varsity basketball team is ranking 6th in the league, with the women's team ranking 8th. Humber varsity volleyball is ranking 2nd for the men's team and in 1st place for the women's team. But only time will tell if Humber will be able to carry on an afterglow from a golden fall into the winter season. Reem Jazar, Humber News.
In more Hawks news, the men's and women's basketball teams will be in Sault Ste. Marie this weekend for a tournament. Both teams will take on Sault College on Saturday and Algoma College on Sunday. Here's a recap on last night's NHL games. The Toronto Maple Leafs lost 4-1 against the Nashville Predators. This was their 5th loss out of their last 6 games. Forward Matthew Lombardi was injured in the second period and did not return to the game. The New York Islanders won against the Montreal Canadiens with a score of 4-3. The Islanders goalie Evangelos Nabokov was injured 8 minutes into the game and was replaced by Rick DiPietro. The Winnipeg Jets won against the Washington Capitals with a final score of 4-1. This is the first time the Jets have won back-to-back games at home. The Ottawa Senators won their 3rd straight win on the road last night when they beat the Edmonton Oilers with a score of 5-2. The Major League Soccer Championships, the highest tier of professional soccer in North America, will be held this Sunday in Los Angeles. The Canadian teams that will be competing are Toronto FC and the Vancouver Whitecaps FC. Canadian star Dwayne Rosario has been voted the 2011 Volkswagen MLS Most Valuable Player. That's it for sports. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Summer. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Matt Smith.